Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. My name is Papa Ebo Akwakwenu and I'm your peer academic coach. Today I'd like to thank you all for spending time with me. I'll be talking about test taking strategies. So did you know that when you take a test, you're really being tested on two things? The first one is how much you know about the subject. For instance, if you're taking a chemistry test, you're being tested on how much you know about chemistry, and if you're taking a test on physics, how much you know about physics. And the second one, what we will be talking about today, is how much you know about taking a test. So not about the subject, but about how to take the test. So the strategies, the key concepts, that is what we'll be talking about today. Okay. So the definition of test-taking strategies. So test-taking strategies are methods that an individual can use to prepare for an examination. That makes sense, doesn't it? So they are what you do, what you can use to prepare yourself for an examination. That's how simple it is. And I am going to take you through some of the strategies and the methods to take you through to help you ace your exam, apart from the learning side of it, basically. So let's get to it. The first one is use your time wisely in the question. So don't end up spending too much time on one question, because once you're done with all the other questions, you can always come back to the question when there is more time, and you would have more confidence from answering the other easy questions. So do not spend too much time on one question. If you view the question and it's going to be challenging, you feel it's going to be challenging, answer the rest. Okay. The next one is use the first few minutes of the test to look through the questions, then proceed to picking the easiest ones and start solving. What this does is this gives you a broad overview of what the test is on and what the test entails. So what you have to do is to look through and pick the easiest ones. Excuse me, that's my slide misbehaving. Sorry about that. Pick the easiest ones and start solving. Okay. The next one is go to sleep early, wake up early, and arrive early. There's this misconception that if you definitely have to pull an all-nighter the day before exam, or else you would fail. You would be unprepared. But if you had been preparing from the beginning, from the start, I don't think you would need to cram, because basically that's what all-nighters are. All-nighters are you stressing and going through the books and flipping the pages and cramming. And cramming never works. If you have a strategy and you were prepared for the test, you wouldn't have to cram, and you would be calm before the test. You would go to sleep early, you'd wake up early, you'd get breakfast, you'd feel very refreshed, and you arrive to the exam room early so that you can calm down, pick your things, and get on with the exam. Then the next one is read each question carefully and make sure you understand what is expected of you. So people tend to just brush through the questions and look for keywords. Yes, keywords are very important, but I think professors have found this out. So they set trick questions. You may see a keyword and then they would ask a different sort of question altogether. And that would give you a wrong answer if you decided to follow your keyword area. So the next one is, once the test starts, take a deep breath and jot down memory aids, equations, keywords that anxiety may cause you to forget. So examination tension is there, and I know people that really struggle with it. They get attacks and their mind just blanks, regardless of how prepared they are for the test. Their mind just blanks. So once the test starts, calm yourself down, right? Before you even look at the questions, right? Before you even view the questions, write down those formulas: the area of a square, the area of a circle, radius of what's not. Write down all these things, all these constants, all these formulas. I'm being biased because I'm a science major, but all those important things that you keep in your mind, write them down. Use a few minutes to write them down. Please don't spend so much time writing them down, because I mean, it's your time. Your time would go against you. So quickly write them down. Write down all these things, because once you panic and you're like, oh, what's the square root of 6? What's the square root of 4? And then your mind goes blank, you can always go back to that page and then look at it and be like, oh, okay. And this increases your confidence, and this enables you to go through the exam. Let's move on to the next slide. So this is the slide that was misbehaving. Sorry. So 6. So there are some answers present in other test questions when taking a multiple choice exam, and this is very true. This is extremely true, and it has helped me so much because I tend to look at the question, like while I'm going through the question, I tend to look at the answers, the possible answers in the multiple choice exam, and I realize that some of them answer the previous question, and that's a bonus 2 marks for you. So make sure you do that, and make sure you don't panic. So that's why I said you can always skip the question and go back to it. So once you skip the question, and fortunately for you, you manage to see that there's a question behind that, you're able to answer the question before. So yeah, this is the next one, is something that a lot of people do. So they end up going, like, skipping the questions and forgetting to place a mark on it to show that they haven't submitted the question. So this one says, mark all your questions you cannot answer immediately and return to them when you're finished. So you really have to mark it. You have to mark it down, maybe write the question number, maybe put a tick beside it so that you know that I haven't answered this question, so that you can easily go back. A tick that you can't see, so that you can easily go back to it and solve it. The next one is, if there is no penalty for guessing, make sure to answer all the questions. So if you guess, you have a better chance of getting a correct answer rather than leaving the question unanswered. Because if it's a multiple choice question and you guess and you write something, or let's just say it's a test, multiple choice, you guess. If you guess, I mean, you wouldn't have to guess if you are prepared, but then if the situation comes where you have to guess and there is no penalty, guess away. If it's a written question and you know around that topic, but then you don't know what in particular they are asking you for, make sure to write around that topic, because some professors give extra points for you just putting something there, something that is related to the question they're asking. So once you don't know, don't leave it blank, write something there. And the last one is, go over your work when you're done for errors, because most of the time we are just going through it. We just want to finish early to prevent time from being against us. But once you're done and there is time, you could always calmly go back to it, read the questions, ask yourself, is this what they want me to answer? Is this what they don't want me to do? What do they expect? What do they not expect? Ask yourself these questions when you are going through it, when you are done and there's time. Because after you've answered all the questions, there's this air of confidence because you finished and you are going through your question. Don't be looking at the way other people are working on it and how other people look. The exam is a battle between you and your exam paper. It's not between you and the other people. So focus on your work. And as you are going over, ask yourself the questions. What do they want me to do? Have I done it? Have I not done it? And go over all your work. So these are the strategies. Some benefits of having these strategies are improved performance on the test. It definitely does. And it reduces anxiety and increases your confidence about the test. So I'd want to say thank you for spending time with me today to talk about test taking strategies. Don't forget about the quiz there's a quiz in the description below. So don't forget about it, or else it may seem like you didn't come to this presentation. And unfortunately, if your professor is giving credit for it, you may not get the credits. So yes, I work with Project RAISE, and the RAISE is an acronym that stands for Raising Achievement and Increasing Success in Education. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at PQUAINOO1, the number 1, at gsu.edu, and I'll be happy to go over test taking strategies and tutoring with you. Thank you so much.